Hey, so welcome to my chord creator. I'm Ian with your latest musical gadgetry. So I'm going to start with the choose chord subpatch. So this is Max. If you're not familiar with it, I'm hoping you are, because otherwise this would be a little bit pointless. And what we have here is the choose chord um, subpatch, which is kind of like a subprogram if you're familiar with other programming software. And all you do here, the point of this program is just to sing in a note, and then what comes back directly over the mic is a chord that is built up based on those notes. Or the one note that you input. The note that you input is the root, and then this program will add thirds, fifths, and sevenths sometimes. Um, I cannot show you what that sounds like because this software does not record output from this program. I haven't figured that out. But the principle is you singing do, and on top of that it'll go do 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 or something. Yeah, so it builds a chord on top of you, it sings that back instantly, except they're all together. Like it's one block, so it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like a cappella group, which we all love harmonizing. So here are here's the choose chord subpatch. We have a major triad, and all this does is you choose a chord. The chord is represented by a number. The number is sent in out of the subpatch back into this main thing. So you choose a 0, it's right there. You choose a 1, 1, 2, 2, etc. Another cool feature of this is the most probably useful thing is to use this as an aural skills trainer. So I have here challenge yourself to guess a randomly generated chord. So you just click this, and every time it generates something random. As you can see, boom, 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 boom. Like this keeps changing when I press the bang button. Um, yeah. So what happens when I'm pressing these chords is you get a different number, and this number represents the chords. And what that actually does is changes the interval of half steps above it. Because like a major triad is, all right. Let me just open up this. So a major triad, which is represented by number 0, has 4 half steps. It's a major third and then a perfect fifth. A major third is 4 half steps, and a major fifth or a perfect fifth is 7 half steps. So I have it goes in. I the It goes in as number 0. So I'm just going to click major triad. The outpatcher sends it here, goes into intervals. You have 0, 0. The selector sees 0, so sends it into the 0 nodule, which goes to this here, and then it sends it back out. So what comes out is the 4 for the first step building up, the 7 for the fifth, and nothing for the seventh because this is just a triad. I'll get more into that later. So these intervals go out. This is the number of half steps that are necessitated to build the chord. It goes out and into another subpatcher called P pitch, which basically essentially takes that number and plugs it into this formula, which kind of mathematically pitches things. The exact formula is the 12th root of 2, because if you do that to the 12th power, like if you multiply that together 12 times, you'll get 2, and 2 to 1 is the ratio of an octave. So, and 12 half steps is an octave, so it all kind of makes sense. And in between are each of the other intervals. And then this PFT is like fast Fourier transfer. I'm not going to get super into that, but it basically just like spectrally analyzes and condenses what we have to make it easier for the program to work with. And it sends it back out into the main program, and the levels are affected. So the levels are kind of interesting. That's another thing that's affected by the number. You can see like sense. These are like the actual. These affect the gains of each of the intervals above the chord. So you can see for the triads, the 7th is 0 because obviously there's no 7th in a triad, but for the tetrads, they're 80 because we want to make them heard. Yeah, so this is just like make sure that everything's equalized well. Like I tested them and saw like what was the best to hear, what made the chords sound more clearly. And it's good when they're equal, depending. Sometimes the 5th is less important than the 3rd, so you gotta like in the minor triad, and sometimes the 5th is more important than the 3rd, like in augmented and diminished triads. So sometimes I had to pitch them up, but basically that's essentially what this levels thing does. It changes the gain. So if you see me pressing 8, this goes up. pressing 0 goes back down because 8 was a 7th and 0 is a 6th. And yeah, so that's what you do. You just sing into it. You sing a note like do, and if I have major triad, it would sing do do, but at the same time. So do 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 do. Yeah, I can't really simulate that because I can't sing more than one thing at the same time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.